What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is IJ, and today we have my first ever educational commentary. This is going to be a series that I do where I take good games that I play on stream, and then I'm going to talk over them and kind of tell you what's going on through my mind as I do things, and hopefully it helps your gameplay out with your decision making. This one is a 32 kill game with Brimstone on Haven. This is kind of going to take place over the Brimstone guide I was going to put out. I ended up finishing it, and when I watched it back, I wasn't happy with the quality of it. And there's just so much information we don't know because it's all pubs right now and the game's still in beta. So I really want to wait until rank comes out until I put out a guide. So be patient with me, and if you're really excited for that, let me know, and maybe I'll put it out with version 1.0 attached to it and then refresh it when ranked comes out. So if you do like educational commentary videos, make sure to leave a like and comment down below, because I really did have fun doing them and I'd love to do them more, but if they suck, I won't bother. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for the support recently. I really appreciate it. We hit 200 subs and I'm just so blessed to have this incredible community, and I hope you guys are staying safe out there and washing your hands and staying inside. And without further ado, let's get in the video. Love you guys. Okay, so the pistol round is really important for Brimstone because he brings a whole lot of value to the team. If you buy a ghost, you can actually buy an extra smoke, an incendiary, and a stim beacon. And I like to throw down a stim beacon really early, especially because I saw that raise nade. I know that there's going to be somebody down here, and the extra rate of fire is actually going to help me a ton. So I throw down a molly to keep people from pushing me, realized it kind of sucked, and just run in there by itself. Throw down the two most important smokes on A site on Haven. You're going to want to smoke CT, I call it arches, and then you're going to smoke Heaven. One of my teammates dies behind. I'm the guy to watch behind since I don't have the spike. Spike should be being planted right now, but they actually die. So it's up to 2v3. I get one pick. I know there's probably one Heaven, so I start peeking Heaven. There that is, and then I hear the last one running up ramp right now, and I actually ended up dying. So fast forward 3 rounds, we're not doing very well. There's a slow here. I don't notice it. There's actually a sage wall as well, but I throw down a stim beacon to help out the teammates, and I know that the only places I'm gonna have trouble are Heaven, and I thought CT, but now it's only Heaven. I trust my sage to get my short, and I trust my Cypher to get my long, and as long as there's communications and you trust your teammates, you should just have to hold your site, and it should be pretty easy. End up getting a pick. Phoenix decides to save. I notice I can knife the wall, and I run, save my bulldog, and get an easy round. Now that we're kind of transitioning into the middle game, almost middle game, not early game for sure. We've gone A quite a few times, and I've done the same 2 smokes every single time. So I decide to double smoke, and then we're going to try and wrap back to C. We get a flank pick, but one of us goes down. We get a very quick res, and they've been rotating very hard to our A pushes, so we know that C is going to be wide open. I smoke off garage because that's the only place that they can hurt us from. If somebody's CT, I can just use this little middle box as protection. I see my Cypher coming up on the map, so I know if he peeks me on the left side, my Cypher's going to have my back. And then I decide to go and hold long. I like holding tree right here. Not every time, but once or twice this will work because they won't check it, and you can actually get a whole lot of value from holding tree. But they decide to save, and then get a little cheeky pick right here, and this is what you get for saving. All right. Now we're trying to get a little crazy. We've gone A, we've gone C. We don't really know what to do. I see a sage wall here. A lot of times on Haven, the sage will play this wall and be up on it and peek through that little crack. So I decided to check it for my team, and there they are. I know they're there. You have to break these reinforcements to get shots through. And I know that I'm probably better. So I just run in and try spraying. Luckily, she jumps down and her recoil becomes worse than mine, and I end up getting the kill. I actually kind of choked that right there. Pretty lucky to be alive, but garage control is super important on Haven. Once you have garage, you have rotations from B, and then you can take C site pretty freely. I did some math based on what I saw on the minimap and realized nobody could possibly be on C because they're all on the map. Get a free plant, and then I can watch long, or I can watch CT. All right, doing the same thing, like the smoke window right off the rip. See the sage slow orb, so I know she's right here. Get a nice little pre-fire and win the fight. And I run back and grab heals. Our Sage's game was really, really good. I ended up adding her because she was super nice and actually kind of knew how to play Sage by staying back and helping the team more than being the entry fragger. Go ahead and get a pick right here. We're in a 2v3, and we're trying to decide where to go. I noticed that Sage gets to pick A, so if that makes me want to go C. Trying to think, if I was on defense, I would definitely want to go A in this situation. A lot of times on offense, you want to put yourself in the mind of who's on defense. So if I was playing defense right now, I would be rotating to A because we've gotten a lot of picks A. I hear them mid, and then I realize Viper actually ulted mid, which is very strange, not ulting on a site. So we make the decision to just sprint towards A and get this bomb down. I do my usual smokes, Heaven and Arches or CT, and I run knowing that only Rays can be here, and hopefully my Sage has my back, and just stick this plant with 30 seconds left. Now I planted for long right here, and I did this because I have my ultimate, so I can hold the flank by myself because I have my ult, and even if my Sage dies, I can still ult the bomb whenever I hear the defuse sound, and it's either going to result in a kill or delay it by 6 or 7 seconds, which is huge in bomb timer time. So make sure you're using your ult defensively. Don't be trying to go for those 4 or 5 kill ultimates with Brimstone. He is very, very good for zoning more than anything. He's not really a fragger. He is definitely a zoning character. All right, we get a pick on A, and I know the Sage is mid because our Cypher just died. I think we can actually take this in a 3v, most likely 2, because I have to have 1 on C. So I full push on, the Raze goes down to our Sage and gets a plant down. I smoke Heaven because I missed my original one. Heaven is a very important smoke. Make sure you keep it smoked as long as possible, because unlike Arches or CT, it can't really be pushed through without dying. If they push through a window smoke, they're going to drop on a site, it's going to be audible, and they're not going to be able to shoot while they're falling. So actually a really, really good thing to have smoked constantly. I really hate holding where I am right now because they're gonna know that I'm here. Just like that, he drops down, it's the first place he checks, and my Sage actually ends up saving my life. I try and ult the bomb, but I wasn't fast enough. My decision making wasn't good enough. I need to work on that. And the Viper accidentally hits E. It's something you've noticed a lot in the closed beta. There's a lot of new players, and they're not used to pressing 4, so they press E, and we end up getting the explosion with 0.03 seconds on the clock, all because she accidentally pressed E instead of 4. Now I notice here that there's a really, really hard C push. When I peek, I see one, I miss my shot, and then I peek again, and I see 2 or 3 more. So instead of smoking C long, they would just push through it because there's so many of them. So I smoke myself and bait that I'm actually moving to off the site for protection, get an easy headshot, and now I'm behind them because they don't realize that I actually haven't moved. So a lot of Brimstone is making diversions with your smokes, making them think that they're just for looks, or that you're using them, and sometimes the smokes that you put out you actually don't use at all. Here I smoke it because my team is there and we can get some easy picks. I get lucky and find the sova in the smoke, and my team rushes through and ends up cleaning up the rest of these kills, and that's an easy round. So it's 9-6 right now. They've kind of given up going C because they know that I'm just going to smoke it off and wait for my team to rotate, and I have an ultimate charge. It looks on the map like they're going to go B, and so I'm running up, debating on using my ult or not. We get a pick, and I decide 3v3 is a good enough chance to use my ult. So I'm waiting for the plant sound right now. I hear the plant sound, I put it right on the site, because a lot of people like to plant it in those little elbow areas. And Viper runs through, she's one with a spike. I'm stupid and push through anyways, and their best player, the Sage, is waiting on me. But we end up getting that round. Now this one is a very important round for me. When you hear a Viper ult, do not freak out. It's not that good of an ult. I'm gonna be super honest. In a 1v1, maybe it's really good, but when you have other teammates and they also don't have the bomb down yet, they have so much more on their mind than killing you. Run into it. They think you're gonna be too scared to take that ultimate fight, and you can't die from it. It lowers your health, yeah, but it stops at 1. You can get behind them. They're gonna feel safe, and it should be an easy kill. Here is my favorite Brimstone strategy. 3 smokes right in a row, and then just walk through them. It gets them every single time. I choke my shots on the robot, but I end up getting the kill. and then I ult where the Sage was called out to be. Peek over there. She actually walled up onto mid boxes, which is just an incredible play by their Sage. She was really, really good. Kudos to her. Now here it is again, the next round, 1v2, and I actually make a whole lot of noise like I'm going to be in the smokes, and I rotate over to garage. This is a setup play. I've done this probably 2 or 3 times now in the game. So I decide to fake it, and it works because I find somebody watching my smokes really, really heavily. I noticed the Sage isn't on site. It's kind of planted for long. I thought I had an angle on this, but like I said, their Sage was good, new recoil control, and actually ended up spraying me through this box. And yeah, you saw what happened. It should have been an easy round, but I don't know if she got lucky or she actually knew what she was doing, but that's what happened. They try and go long again. I go ahead and fire into my smoke. Another strategy I really love. The fire does so much damage. Brimstone's Molotov actually does mad amounts of damage, but it's very easily avoided. If you throw it into your own smoke, though, it's really hard for the enemy team to see, and sometimes they'll push into it and not notice until they've taken 50, 60, 70 damage, or sometimes die from it. I've gotten triple kills just by people trying to push onto site too slow, and if they don't have communication on the other team, it's free kills for you. They're scanning C. They end up rotating around to long. I know they're on C. So I get a free kill, unlock my ultimate, and I'm debating using it right now. Decide to not do it because I can use it to win the game next round, when in all reality I should have used it, because right here you'll see this was a really easy clutch for me. I go into my own smoke. I know where a lot of them are. Raises logs. I think my smoke's going to protect me long enough to find her. I turn around, she pushes through it, and I end up not getting it, and she gets my teammate. So what I should have done is ult back corner where I know the Sage was going to be holding, and then taking the fight with the Raise a little bit stronger. But you live and you learn. It'll be fine. Still a really great play. Put myself in a position to win the game. If my teammate actually comes out on top of that fight, we win that round, all because of one Brimstone smoke. So playing it smart, being good with my smokes and my actions, and setting up not only myself, but setting up your team for the win, which is really, really important on Brimstone. As much as I'm kind of, I don't want to call myself carrying right now, but on top of the leaderboard this round, or this game, he should be setting up his teammate and get them in better positions. It gets me in trouble a lot of times because I stare at the minimap and I'm trying to figure out where they need smokes. I notice here that my Sage is coming over from A, so I make the call out to throw a slow onto the opening of B site, and then I ult on top of the slow, and they can't get away, which is a really, really good combo I recommend working on or trying out with your Sage. If you know that they're there, Brimstone's ult is really easy to get away from, but if they're slowed, it's free kills. So if you have a friend that's a Sage player, you should be looking for these combinations. It's a really easy combination. Sage is slow is probably the best ability in the game. For many reasons, but it's just wonderful. Now, here's me trying to tell my team to not freak out and just go into the ultimate. It's really not that big a deal. They're really, really scared. I think one of them thought that it killed you if you went into it, and so I had to explain for a couple seconds right there that it actually doesn't kill you. You only go down to 1 health. And whenever I made that clear, they ran in with no fear and ended up getting the round. Now, the final round here, spoiler alert, we won. They're trying to do a hard B push again. I used the molly to slow him down. I know that there's a Phoenix in this corner. I get a nice little headshot. I make the call out because I got flashed. Throw down my stim beacon. My Omen comes and finishes it off. There's a pick from window, so I'm looking window. Omen goes ahead and gets that one, and here comes the Sage. I wanted to go for the knife, and then she turned around to look at me, so I just went ahead and finished it with the pistol and had a really, really good game. I love Brimstone. Haven is one of the more difficult maps, in my opinion, and I actually tweeted out before making this video, asking people what their least favorite was, and in the 20-30 minutes it's been out, I've gotten 2 or 3 responses, and they've all been Haven. So look out for that. If you want to see more content like this, let me know. And if you want to be a part of the family, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like. It really helps me out a ton. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll be posting questions on Twitter like this all the time. Maybe you can be featured in a video. And with all that said, guys, make sure you're staying safe out there, wash your hands, and have a wonderful day. Love you guys.